Welcome to CoinBook. My name is Calvin Waite, and I'm a professional crypto trader. I really like getting feedback from you guys about the market, what you're trading, successes, failures, so I'm going to go ahead and start giving out a t-shirt every week now. What I'll do is I'll look at all comments from Thursday to Thursday, and then Friday select a random winner.
Nothing quite like the smell of absolute fear and panic in the morning. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. You are so fun. This is the thing that I've been waiting for. We have needed a correction so bad. We have just done nothing but go straight up, and it has been actually stressful to me. And so having this correction is the best thing that I could imagine for Bitcoin. We have needed to make a foothold and actually find a new support. We've had support at 10,000. We've had support at 17,250. We've had support at 18,000. And then it's just hard to say. I mean, this is technically a support, 22,800. But we just haven't had any swings up and down. Like, we've just kind of gone straight up from this last time where we've had a bottom, which I still think is weak. We have almost doubled without creating a line in the sand where investors could point to a line and say, hey, here's a solid level of support. So this is it. This is our big move. And what's really kind of funny about it is that it could only happen on a weekend when large institutions are not trading and where markets are thinner. So we finally got a correction, and it happened in kind of a under the table sort of way. But hey, you know what? We'll take it. Okay, so there's a couple of other things I wanted to talk about with Bitcoin. Number one is that look how long our green zone has been. We've been in a green zone for officially 76 days. Green zones don't end until we close below the 50. And I wanted to just show you how long it's been. So if we go to the 2017 rally and look at some of these green zones, this green zone lasted exactly 76 days. It was just a short move later, and we changed course, and then we're back into a green zone again. This one was 58 days. This green zone lasted 73 days. That one's obviously shorter. Our largest green zone in the entire run was at the top. It was this really vertical move, and it was 96 days. So if you look at where we're at, we're still in the green zone, and we will continue to be until we get out of this. But it's been pretty relentless. I'm going to take from here to 96 is January 31st. So the question is will we finally close below the 50 by the end of this month? I don't know. I really this is kind of an interesting situation. I did a video on support and resistance just a couple of days ago, and if you were looking at this and trading this, where's your last support? Because if you have resistance, and you break it, that flips to support. So you would expect this resistance here to be our support. Where's our next support? I guess you could argue that there is support here because there was obvious resistance for about 7 days. And when we break above this, that becomes support. But this is flimsy. I don't think this was resistance. This is also flimsy. There's nothing here. So our real line is about 23,700, maybe 23,800. This is probably our actual support. But if you look at it this way, the support, there are other types of support. These long-term trends, they can be support. And so I wanted to show you this. If I take log scale off, look what our chart looks like. It's quite a bit different, isn't it? We have our slow rise line here and our fast rise line that came through here. The tip of this drop found support on this line, and look where we are so far. I mean, we still have 8 hours on the day and there's plenty of motion to go. But interesting that we touched this line here and immediately came back, and now we're trying to figure out what's happening. But yeah, I am not upset by this at all. I am overjoyed to see some good consolidation happening. My only concern is that have we gone up so high? Have we gone up so high so quickly that when we find the bottom, because if we find the bottom at 20,000, it'll be a 50% drop. How much work will it be to return to those levels? And will we scare investors away? Well, I don't think we're going to scare investors away. I think that I honestly believe that this will be pretty short term. I think we will drop to wherever it needs to drop. If it hits 24,000 or something, I'll be fine with that. If we hit 20,000, I'll be fine with that. But I still think that the fundamentals haven't changed, and I still think that as a matter of math, the price should be 100,000. So what I think is happening is I think that a lot of large institutions that have been trying to get in, that have slowly pushed the price up, they are jumping for joy for the chance to get Bitcoin at a lower price. And I don't know if they might delay for a day to hopefully let it crash a little bit further. But this will create an absolute line in the sand. And this is something that we've needed for a long time. And when we get a new higher level of support, it's going to give us even more momentum to the upside. And it'll be more stable. So this is fantastic news. I was super happy to hear this. I know there's a lot of emotion out there in the crypto sphere, people panicking and wondering what to do. But as far as I'm concerned, it's too late to make a play here. I think the downside is going to be fairly limited. I don't think we're going to see so much downside that everyone's going to just make a ton of money by going short or selling and trying to rebuy lower. I still think we could go down a little further. We might go down to the 50. Like that's kind of the first thing that is very realistic. But I still think that there's so much buying power in the market that as the big institutions get in and figure out their plan for the week, I think we'll level off pretty quick, and I think we'll do our slow climb back up. And so I think shorting here would be a mistake. So anyway, I'm not making a play on this. Bitcoin's also my my base currency. So I'm more interested in just holding Bitcoin long term, and I will be looking for opportunities in the altcoin market. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe alt season is about to begin. Yesterday's close marks a change in momentum. Look at this. We had a low right here. We got a high that happened to be slightly higher above this little bit of consolidation. And now yesterday, our altcoin market close was at 8.45 million Bitcoin, where our prior high was 8.39. So we have a higher high and a higher low. Alt season is about to happen. Like I'm going to be entering quite a few trades in the next couple of days, and I'm very excited about it because we are getting a change in momentum, and yeah, this is great. So we'll be seeing. There's going to be quite a few alts to talk about today for sure. Hello. Feeling bearish today? Okay, so I just wanted to do a quick follow-up. A few weeks ago, I was like, retail is not here, and we are not seeing any kind of buying or any kind of presence of a lot of just random retail investors that are a little bit less experienced and a little bit more emotional. And but guess what? If I do Google Trends on Bitcoin, we're here. We're at 42, and 42 is definitely higher than what we've seen in the past, like probably last 3 years. We're starting to get closer to the 2017 level of consciousness out there in the world. Looking at Ethereum, same thing. We're at a 38, and we definitely haven't seen a 38 since would have been beginning of 2018. I'm checking a couple of these others. Litecoin is definitely ticking up, but we're definitely nowhere near the levels we saw back in the 2017 period of time. Bitcoin Cash, we're starting to get there, but some of these coins that you really have to be knee deep into crypto to know about, they are less known. So like Basic Attention Token, it's still invisible to the masses. Cardano was another one I checked. It's still mostly invisible. So what this tells me is that retail is starting to get here, and it makes me think that perhaps some of the excitement about Bitcoin's hitting these crazy numbers, 40,000 and whatever. I think maybe some of the old retail investors are starting to hop in and get excited, and I bet that has attributed to our nice Bitcoin drop today. When retail's here, we've got some wild emotions of unsophisticated investors going crazy. So thin markets, less sophisticated investors that are a little bit more prone to overreacting to things. This is definitely crypto's getting fun again. So anyway, very, very interesting. We got retail just banging on the door here. Within the next few months, we're going to be seeing a lot more retail money flowing into crypto. Man, there's so much to talk about. I'll try to go really quickly. So Bitcoin Cash, we exited the red zone right here. Really ugly way to exit a red zone with a huge candle like this, since there's usually not very good support like on something like that. But where we've had this support flip to resistance, we had a definite downtrend still happening. But this support should have been resistant, or yeah, this support should have flipped to resistance because we broke below it right here. This large candle negated that. So we went from a perfect handoff to a slip. So since December 23rd, we are now in a channel. We've been in this kind of channel because our point of support and resistance slipped, and now we've created this channel. Well, we popped right out of it right here. So Bitcoin Cash, in my mind, is changing directions. So I went ahead and took the risk and picked up some Bitcoin Cash. Ethereum did the same ugly thing. We exited the red zone in a very ugly way, and we've been hanging out up here for a little while. We'll see what this today's emotionality brings us, but I feel like there's a chance that we might change trends here. I just don't think we're gonna find. I don't know if we're gonna go all the way down and find support down here. What I do see is that we have a super longer term. Let's just say longer term. Since middle of last year, we've had this trend line here that has formed sort of our support and resistance, and we've hit a couple of lines right here in a row. So we're retesting an older resistance. If we can get a few days, I'm fully expecting a really long candle to break above this. So we'll just have to be patient to watch for that. Litecoin is starting to fall apart. We definitely were in a trend right here, and today we dropped pretty hard. We're touching a very long-term support. It used to be resistance. Back in June of 2019 that started. Easier to see on a weekly. So weekly chart, I was just trying to find the best connection to grab these tops here, but we are now finding support here. So on the weekly, this actually could be super bullish, because where we've had support for all of this time, and then we've broken through, and now we are finding it as support. This actually could be a really nice entry point, but too early to know for sure. We're definitely near our all-time low area. Well, almost. This was our all-time low down here at 0.003 Bitcoin. So watching that for sure. So we've had a couple of coins that are starting to level off. Bat is one. ADA was really choppy, but look how we're above the 50, and we found it as support a few days ago. Just today we touched it and pulled up. So this could be a change of direction. I'm just looking at a lot of these. One of the prettiest charts is Ethereum Classic, though. Look at this. So here's another case where we had a support that was broken, and it was found as resistance. So this was a definite downturn. When we broke below this point, we should have fallen and found this point as resistance, but we did not. So this turn right here has changed the chart pattern for Ethereum Classic. The points did slip, and we are now forming a channel. This would have been the initial point for our channel, so our upper side hasn't been confirmed yet. I'll probably enter this trade in the next couple of days, so that one is looking really nice to me. Another one that's doing a little consolidation is Link. We'll see if it has legs, but I've got my eye on that. Decred, we did get a close on the daily above the week, but obviously our week did not close above the 50-week moving average. So we're still waiting for that break there, but I really feel like we're getting closer. Loom is one I picked up after we had broken out of the red zone. So this one looks like we're near a regional bottom, and I'm expecting a little bit of upside on this one here. Horizon is one that has surprised me. This coin is just wildly volatile. But yeah, really crazy to see us go from 36,000 Satoshis all the way up to 85 in a matter of a couple of days. So if you have this one, watch out because we're hitting some resistance here. Just a lot of opportunities coming up. Everything's leveling out. We're starting to change the trend on a ton of alts. So we're getting there, guys. I think within the next couple of days, my percent in alts is going to increase dramatically. Right now, I think I'm only about 7% of my position in long positions in alts. And boy, would I love to see that above 50%. And I think we might be there by the end of this week.
Okay, it is time to separate the CoinBook trolls from the CoinBook fans. So, these are the magnificent t-shirts that we are giving away every Friday. These are individually packaged with love from your best friends, China. There's also this incredible option designed by yours truly, and we'll be giving away probably one or two of these every Friday to just a random comment on any of the videos over the past week. But, and I don't blame you, if you absolutely cannot live without one of these shirts, I am willing to part with them for $15 worth of your favorite crypto. Just reach out to me on social media and we'll get you guys hooked up.